Yeah, thanks for joining us on your channel of choice at this time, Africa Independent Television IT. Welcome to Focus Nigeria. My name is Benga. And 24 hours talked about Port Harcourt convention of P, and as I predicted yesterday, Justice Okonabang of the Federal High Court here in Abuja has given an order suspending the convention pending the hearing and determination of the suit filed by the embattled former chairman of the party, Senator Ali Modu Sharif. The court had earlier granted the request of Senator Ahmed McCarthy and some others to be joined as an interested party in the suit after he had said that the lawyer briefed by them cannot apply or cannot defend the PDP. But earlier in the day, a federal high court in Port Harcourt had ruled that the convention should go ahead. Not only that, the judge, Justice Ibrahim Watila, ordered INEC to monitor the convention, while the police and other security agencies should provide security. Now, that order, according to the host governor, Nyesom Wike, is what the convention planners know, and that is what they will go with.
People have been wondering whether the convention will go ahead as slated or not because of certain remarks by certain persons. But let me assure you very well that as the chairman of the convention, we are backed by all authorities, by law, that the convention will go ahead based on the fact that the court has recognized the convention before now on the July 4th judgment of 2016. And again today, the Federal High Court by Justice Watila has reconfirmed the judgment of Justice Lehman that INEC should monitor the convention and the security agencies should provide security as required. Federal High Court is one, and if the Federal High Court in Port Harcourt has given judgment or rulings in respect of the same matter, the other court cannot sit as an appeal over the court, which is a court of coordinate jurisdiction. And so if Justice Abang goes ahead to say, oh, convention should not hold, we have nothing to lose because we have an order and a judgment that said convention is recognized and the caretaker is recognized and the caretaker should go ahead and hold the convention. So if Justice Abang comes to give a later order, there's nothing we can do about it. We must go ahead with the convention because court says go ahead.
The host governor for the PDP convention, Governor Nyesom Wike, speaking on the conflicting court orders. But back to the Abuja court order, it was also a long day in the court of Justice Okonabang yesterday as several applications resurfaced before him, including some applications asking him to disqualify himself from further hearing the case because of the positions he had taken previously. On some of the applications, particularly the ones asking him to disqualify himself, the judge's response was very swift, dismissing them promptly and moving on. In some cases, describing the applicants as meddlesome interlopers. But in the end, he stopped the convention, at least till he hears the substantive motion, which he has fixed for today. Now, by implication, even if he doesn't rule today, he has already made an order yesterday that the convention should not hold until he determines that case. So, here are the lawyers after yesterday's proceedings.
That means that until that order is vacated, there won't be any convention.
Thank the judiciary. They remain the last hope of the common man. I appeal to the members of the Board of Trustees, especially the chairman and the Board of Trustees of the PDP.
Against impunity, against the behavior of our politicians, I mean all of them, because quite a lot of their conduct leave more to be desired. And of course, something has to be done about the Federal High Court. All the stakeholders, including senior lawyers and the hierarchy of the judiciary, they have to do something about the Federal High Court. Something is patently, fundamentally wrong with the Federal High Court.
It depends on the outcome of the motion tomorrow. The substantive motion is adjourned till tomorrow.
We'll be looking at all of that, which court is wrong and which one is right. So the People's Democratic Party, PDP, is in the eye of the storm at the moment. And to borrow the expressions, the words of my very good friend, Simba Olorunfemi, who posted on his Facebook page yesterday, the PDP is obsessed with fixing the roof while the foundation is sinking. So, saving the PDP from itself is our theme this morning, as all eyes are on Port Harcourt as we count down to the hours and to the minutes and to the seconds to go in respect of the Port Harcourt Convention. And I must tell you, getting to Port Harcourt today is a Herculean task. All flights from Lagos, from Abuja, from elsewhere, fully booked. So, Port Harcourt is going to be a reality. But to some other things which happened in the polity yesterday before we launched our discussions, 2 days after a new Boko Haram video of the abducted Chibok girls made it to the public, the National Security Council meeting took place at the presidential villa with President Muhammadu Buhari presiding. While the Chief of Defense Staff General Abayomi Oloni-Shakin spoke about the military option remaining very much on course to liberate the girls, the Minister of Information, Lai Mohammed, said the dialogue option has never been foreclosed, really.
The video, we are analyzing it. We're ensuring that we'll make appropriate comment when we get the...
One of the people who was declared wanted reported himself to your men and he was turned back.
I think if we are handling it, he's reported to the men and he's with them. I don't think he was turned back.
Boko Haram, they are demanding that you free their members in jail and they release Chibok girls. Are you thinking about it?
That's a political decision to be taken. The military decision is that we are going ahead with our operations, and the operation is being conducted appropriately.
Thank you very much.
Very much, sir. Thank you very much for talking to us.
Yes, we are in touch with the people, and we are just being careful, being very cautious to ensure that we are talking to the right group, especially given the fact that there's now a split in the leadership of the Boko Haram. But what is important to government is the safety and security of these girls. Don't forget that this is not the first time we'll be engaged in talking and engaging them. So that's the point of my presidency is to assure the nation that we are on top of the matter, and we're not even reacting just to the video. We go far beyond the video. We're talking to the to the group already. You see, until you are able to establish who you are speaking to, the authenticity of the group you are talking to, you don't go into details.
All right, Chief of Defense Staff, General Oloni-Shakin, and Minister of Information, Lai Mohammed, speaking after yesterday's National Security Council meeting. Meanwhile, the 3 persons declared wanted by the military over the Boko Haram tape have criticized the action of the military, saying they have never really been invited before and failed to honor such invitation, wondering why the military decided to declare them wanted as if they are criminals. In fact, one of them, Ahmed Bolori, who was at the Nigerian Army's 7th Division in Maiduguri yesterday to submit himself, said there was nobody to attend to him after he had signed in and introduced himself. He was subsequently asked to go. And on our part, Barrister Aisha Alkali Wakil expressed anger that the military declared her wanted as if she is a criminal. Wakil said the fact of her relationship with the Boko Haram is a well-known one, and the government, that's the government before now and this one, had used her to establish links with the sect members, and her concern has always been for peace. She was at the defense headquarters in Abuja yesterday, and she was asked to go as well. And Ahmed Salkida, the journalist who resides out of the country, also responded swiftly yesterday, saying he's available anytime. He asked the military to send him a return ticket so that he could return from his base in Dubai and answer questions if need be. All right, that's just some of the events that had happened in the last 24 hours. Our discussion is up next. The PDP heading for a Make or Mar National Convention in Port Harcourt. Join us for the discussions shortly.
In the 21st century, capable, reliable, and transparent institutions are the key to success. Strong parliaments, honest police forces, independent judges, an independent press, a vibrant private sector, a civil society. Those are the things that give life to democracy.
I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land.
Okay, if you're just joining us, a very warm welcome to you. We're still staying with the PDP this morning. One of the very few topical issues in the polity. Let me introduce my guest, Barrister Comrade. I see he says on Comrade because he has not thrown away this comrade hat. So he remains a comrade. Comrade Dan Wayawu, former National Chairman, Labour Party, is joining us for today's discussions. Good to see you. Comrade Chair.
Thank you, Gwenga.
And
after
your last appearance, a lot of people have been asking me, is Dan Wayawu on his way to the PDP? I said, I don't know. When I see him, I will ask him. Now that you are here.
If I'm on my way to PDP?
Yes.
No, I'm still.
After all, you have left the Labour Party.
Yes, since February last year. I'm still partyless. I don't have a political party.
You are a beautiful bride.
I'm not saying so, but I still comment on political issues. But I don't have a political party I can call my own now. And I don't know if I will join any other one.
All right.
So soon thereafter.
Anyway, good to see you. Welcome to the program, sir. And of course, all right, this man you are about to see, he's been absent for a very long time. Dr. Kachi Onanuju, Director General Heritage Center, Abuja, and a member of the PDP.
I'm happy to be here. You're very right. I've been absent for a very long time. It does make sense to stay a while away and observe what's going on. I had good reason to stay away because I did not want to be attached to any place. As you saw, my name did not make the list of those wanted, so I had good reason to rest. And actually, I am now fully rested.
Your party, the PDP, has not changed very much from what it used to be. I remember the election that brought in, it was, I don't know whether it's the one that brought in Bamaga Tukro or so. You had wanted to be the spokesperson for the party.
Exactly.
You had fulfilled all righteousness. It was right there at the AGUGE Square you were told that somebody else had been anointed and that every other aspirant should withdraw.
That is exactly the reasons why we have now watched the Port Harcourt Convention. Last week, a governor called me and said there are no free delegates. I said then, why should people buy forms if we're to continue in the old problem? If we cannot rebuild the party to be an inclusive party where some people think they could appropriate it, I do not think we'll have an honest path forward.
Like I said, the party is yet to come out of that mode. But Comrade Wayawu, we are back to the PDP. It is in the eye of the storm. A lot of people are saying that this Port Harcourt Convention is perhaps the last chance in a long time to come for the PDP to truly prove to Nigerians that it is ready to exist truly as a political party where all rules will be obeyed, including rules made for itself.
Yeah, the last time I came here, that was about a week ago, I cautioned against macrozoning. That time it had not been done. I think that was on Tuesday last week.
Now it has become official.
Now it has become official. And I didn't hesitate to enumerate the disadvantages of doing so, especially for a political party that is not in power, a political party that is attempting to rebrand itself, a party that is on the verge of reconstructing itself, a party that wants to get back its membership and return the party to the people. I have been proven right. You can see that macro-zoning was done, and it has collapsed on its face. Because even though it was, they macro-zoned it to the southwest, they also went further to restrict it to 2 states.
It left to zone it to individuals now.
It's left to anoint somebody else. And those of us who are outside, watching from outside, you don't do that. It's an understanding. But I am happy, and I must congratulate McCarthy and the BOT chairman for coming out boldly to say that it doesn't mean exclusion. If you are not satisfied, go there and contest. And on record, I think they allowed everybody to buy forms, and they have even started screening them from what I read this morning. So the point must be very, very clear. If you want to return a party to the owners, especially when you are not in government, it is unfortunate that those who are in PDP and their some of their leaders have refused to realize the bad name, the baggage that made them lose the election in 2015. And this is not a time for somebody to look for a puppet that will be saying, yes, sir, yes, sir. Right now, what the party needs is an advice to those who are members of the party, is to have a strong, committed, energetic, straight person who will look at anybody at the face and say no. And that is what I brought the issue of the governors too. I listened to Sheriff's appearance in one of your sister stations. That was on Sunday. And he pointed at 2 governors, Wike and Fayose, that they were the ones who are creating problems in the party. And I don't want to join in that argument. But I want to say, as I advised the last time, let the governors not dictate to the members who should be national chairman now. The party has thrown the presidential candidate of the party to the north. The next powerful position in the party and even in the government is the national chairman. So even when you are macro-zoning, put it aside. Put it aside. Because you are not going to have just anybody. Anybody. So if a governor is overbearing, dictatorial, and those baggages you saw in 2015 and even before that made you lose the election, you should be thinking of what did APC get right that we got wrong. What is it that rolled APC to government that Nigerians rejected us? I think that is what should be in their mind now. It's not a question of, I need somebody, I don't want somebody I cannot dictate to, I don't want somebody that will be using us as houseboys, I don't want somebody that... That is actually the person you need as chairman. Because that is the person that will strike a deal with you. What do you want? I think the governor should even concentrate on their second comment, not necessarily dictating to the national chairman. I have made, sorry, last point. I have made it very clear. I have been on that seat for 10 years. You dare not, as governor, dictate to the national chairman of a party how to run a political party. Because that national, you are a product of that party. And I'm sure, for purpose of repetition, when you wanted him to sign here from 001, 002, you were on the floor begging him. Not because you are now a governor. You are controlling the votes. You now want the party to come and be visiting you.
Now that is the pain of political parties in Nigeria. Just like any other party, the PDP remains a party of owners and probably joiners. The people who ordinarily should be the owners of the party, that is the members, are seen as the joiners. and the owners then become the elected officials, both for political offices and party offices, who ordinarily should be the servants of the owners of the party, that is the servants of the members. But roles are switched here. The PDP doesn't appear to have changed much from that, from what we are seeing here.
Yes, I agree with you. I also want to correct an impression. There was no microzoning. Microzoning was supposed to be when you come to the Southeast. Last year, you had Olisametu from Anambra, you had Kemachekwe from Mimo. They had NWC position. This year, they said, fine, for those who didn't have a position on the NWC, those we should now cede it to them. This is what the microzoning is supposed to achieve, but that's not what we're having. As I speak to you, a lot of the people of the old NWC are actually being renominated to come back again. That means, as you rightly said, the governors are imposing themselves. The problem of the party is not McCarthy, it's not Ali Modu Sheriff. It is impunity of our governors. And this is what you're saying. So if the governors are a product of us, the party, why would they seek to appropriate the party? And this is where the fight is. So why do we have this rush to convention? For me, I'm Igbo. We've already zoned the presidency to the north. It's foolish. That's why you said you've not seen me. So I cannot take positions. No. I want to calmly watch what is going on. And now I say, some people who think they will fund the party, want to appropriate the party. So this small VP seated to the southeast, why is that a problem too?
Has it been seated to the southeast?
Well,
I've not heard anybody say that.
That is exactly where the party has said. They said, because of we were perceived to be an anti-Sunni party, that the main cause of our problem was this Northwest wanted to produce the president to continue the term that Umar Yar'Adua would have had he not died. So we said we are zoning the presidency to the far north, and they were zoning the southeast the vice presidency. But suddenly, somewhere along the line, there is a fight for control of soul of party so as to be able to do what? Appoint who will be the VP. So that's why you saw most stakeholders didn't talk. We were just watching. We don't want to take sides. No. Why? Tomorrow, when McCarthy and Alimodu settles at the Central Mosque, I'm Igbo man, I won't be there. So why should I take sides? All I care is for the party, and I insist. That's why we listen to the voice of the President, Goodluck Jonathan, our leader, who said, go and make up. And that's where I believe.
But do you think he has spoken loudly on this issue? Because ordinarily,
he should not quote grown-up men on what you do. It was when they didn't do the right thing, some of them were listening to the voices of the drummers.
Ordinarily, if you follow the PDP constitution, I think before the amendment, what you had in the position was that for you to be the chairman of the BOT, you must have been a former president produced on the party's platform. But I think it was at a time when, when this impunity again got to a particular crescendo, when some people had particular persons in mind that provision was changed to then include former national chairman and all of that.
That is right.
Ordinarily, today, you would have seen a Goodluck Jonathan that is in a pole position to be the chairman of the BOT. And the chairman of the conscience of the party.
That's right.
In that position, even as a former president on the platform of the party, he should have been the #1 leader of the party, even outside of power. But a lot of people will tell you they have not seen him speak loudly on the goings on within the PDP.
Because we were suffering from a post-defeat illness. And that was okay.
How long will that last?
Well, how long it lasts is what you're saying. For me, President Goodluck was right to travel, to cool off, to get himself back before we start. But in that interim...
Why his party is not even in a position to play the role of opposition?
We are already. We have, for 16 years, set the country free so that even if we're not there to coordinate opposition, the country is already reacting due to what they were promised, could they have seen, and not been implemented. So for me, that's okay. As a leader, we went to him, and he said, go and make up. So that's why I felt...
Has that happened?
Well, that was exactly after he said it that people now started walking towards making up. You see that? He shouldn't have been who to tell us. We should have on our own decided to try to make up. For me, I don't want the Sunni not scattered. I want them together. I don't want to take part of the party. I want everybody peacefully together. And what does it take for us to have peace? Just agreeing to work with each other. So when he said it and they started working on it, But it's like some people were beating the drums behind, and those who were going on the message, every time you talk, you said, no, I'm coming, I will go back. And just like last night, the BOT chairman said, make peace. Maybe you could postpone this convention and bring things together. But of course, by the time you call someone up to say, no, we're moving forward. I understand that, because if you don't move forward and try to wrap up things within the time limits given to Mekaripi, if it lapses, because nature abhors vacuum, some other thing will come in. And that's why we're saying there is nothing wrong with us making peace. Because now you've seen the crisis has actually been very good to us. You know why? Some people that will have, out of anger, because as you rightly said, we have not changed our ways. We wrote lists. In my state, Imo, you have about 4 chairmen. So why don't we then unite the party and move forward? Why the rush? Because even if you do Port Harcourt Convention 10 times and the party is divided, it will not help us.
But again, a lot of people are using the time which should have been used for real reconciliation. They are using such opportunity to dig deeper into their conclaves and all of that. A friend of mine used an expression yesterday. He says what is going on right now in the PDP is like a party that is obsessed with, oh, they can see that the roof is leaking, and they are obsessed with fixing that, without necessarily looking at the fact that, oh, we are actually sinking, oh, and there's something wrong with the foundation. Because when you finish fixing the roof, you discover that probably you may be like 6 feet under already because of the sinking foundation. Port Harcourt Convention, to be or not to be, how do you see the need for the Port Harcourt Convention as probably an opportunity for the party to also try to get out of the crisis?
Is he holding
or is he compounding it?
No, holding a successful convention will get the PDP as a political party back. But how do they hold a successful convention? I am aware that on Monday, a court said go ahead and got some agencies to monitor the convention and also provide security. Just yesterday, Okona Bang, in his characteristic manner, gave another order suspending the convention. As a lawyer, what I don't take is, just like any other lawyer, is for a court of equal jurisdiction overruling the order. That is the Court of Appeal, and I'm aware that their cases are going to Court of Appeal. Let me give you my opinion. It is my considered opinion that when you have 2 courts of equal jurisdiction, concurrent jurisdiction, giving different views, rulings, or judgment on the same subject matter, it is my considered view that they cancel each other.
What do you mean?
Port Harcourt cancels Abuja, Abuja cancels Port Harcourt. That is my legal view.
That's a free fall.
No, it's not
a free for all.
It's not a free fall.
Free for all.
No, it's not free for all.
You choose which order to obey. If this order suits me, that's the one I will obey.
It's not free for all.
And ignore the one that doesn't suit me.
And it is also not acceptable that when a matter has been decided by a federal high court, another high court overrules it.
A lot of people will fought Justice Abang here because the order saying Port Harcourt should go ahead was not first made yesterday morning.
Yes.
There had been the judgment of Justice Liman.
Yes.
Since July 4th.
Yes.
That the National Caretaker Committee was validly constituted, and that the convention being planned is valid.
Yes.
That's as far back as July 4th.
Yes.
And then yesterday morning there was another judgment by Justice Watida.
Another judge.
And
that judgment was placed before her.
Emphasizing, giving more life to the judgment of Justice Liman of July 4th.
Yes.
And now directing security agencies to provide security for the convention and directing ANEC that has a statutory responsibility to also be there. That judgment was made even as at the time Justice Abang was sitting in the court. That judge, his attention had been drawn to that order and he referred to it.
In fact, yesterday, he even referred to it.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. If you go to the media.
And in referring to it, he now leveled a fine on the lawyer who said, you had a case here and you're still running there. And do you know one thing that happened yesterday? I was asking, that order that said we shouldn't do election for the office of auditor, chairman,